everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Tunnel Vision. Wow, off to a good start already. I'm your host, Ryan Abraham, joined alongside Mr. Triple Double himself, Connor Morrissette, and our special guest. Thanks again to House of Victory for setting it up. We have USC left tackle Elijah Paige joining us from his lovely home downtown LA. Elijah, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Can't complain. We got to talk to you in Vegas. You represented USC at Big Ten Media Day. It was a lot of fun. You killed the interview. It was awesome, and we appreciate you coming on again. We're recording this on a Monday. It's game week. Are you excited? Everything. It's got to be exciting around the program right now.
Oh yeah, we can't wait. We've been putting in the work for 8 months now since the season ended, so we can't wait to get out there.
Sweet. So I just want to let everyone know we've been doing these interviews for the last couple of years, and House of Victory has been a great partner with us. So we've set these up, and it allows the student athletes like Elijah Paige and his teammates to come on and kind of show a little bit about their personality and give them an opportunity to talk about their lives and football and all that. And so we appreciate the partnership with House of Victory. If you want to donate and help student athletes like Elijah Paige, you can use the QR code if you're watching us on YouTube up there on the screen and check that out. And I know, Elijah, you've been doing a bunch of charity work through House of Victory as well. We've talked about this a little before, but maybe some of the more recent things you've been doing and how rewarding has it been to kind of get involved like that?
Yeah, it's everything. Giving back to the community, it means a ton. Most recently, we went to the Dream Center and served about 400 meals for lunch. We were back there preparing it. We had guys serving it to the people, and it was just amazing.
That's awesome, Elijah. Keep up the great work. Turning it to football for a second now, how was fall camp? It's all wrapped up, game week now. What were your impressions of fall camp, and what was it like your first year in fall camp as an established returning starter?
Yeah, it was great. Guys were really getting after it. It was a great opportunity to get ready for the season, and yeah.
We got to see some of fall camp down there, some of the practices and everything. Did it have a different feel to it now that you have Tremaine Carroll kind of running the stretching part and the strength and conditioning stuff? Was there a different feel to some of the camp practices?
Yeah, I would say there was a lot more energy. I'd say that's the biggest takeaway I had of anything that had changed. There's a ton of energy, guys that wanted to be out there, and really we were just getting after it.
You also had a different position coach, of course, with Zach Hansen taking over the offensive line room. What was fall camp like with him leading the group this year?
Yeah, it was great. We learned a ton from Coach Hansen. He taught us a ton in the film room, on the field, really in everything. He's an awesome coach, and we're really grateful for him.
Did anything kind of change technique-wise, or just for those of us that don't follow what the details of how an offensive lineman kind of trains, like how much changes when you have a position coach change like that?
Yeah, not very much has changed. Sure, every O-line coach is going to have a different way that he wants you to do some things, but really everything's going to stay the same. And obviously, Coach Hansen was already here when he was a tight ends coach, so he saw how Coach Hansen coached us. He saw the things that he worked with us, and so he's kind of just hit the ground running. And yeah, it's been a great transition.
The last couple of years, there's been a pretty solidified starting five on that offensive line heading into the first game. I think a couple of years ago, Mason Murphy would rotate in every now and then, so there was a sixth guy. Yep. This year, it still seems like some spots are potentially up for grabs heading into this first week. How does that affect the room, and how does that affect you out there at left tackle?
Yeah, I'd say that it doesn't really affect us at all. Coach Hansen and Coach Riley did a great job this fall camp of just getting guys used to playing with different guys. Mixing up the lineups, putting people from left tackle to right tackle, left guard to right or left guard to right guard, just making a ton of changes. So really, whoever the five are that go out there, we're going to be ready. And we've played next to each other, and we've played tons of snaps next to each other. So we're just ready to go.
Lincoln Riley kind of addressed we heard the court hearing for DJ Wingfield. Unfortunately, wasn't going to be eligible. What's it like in the room when one of your teammates, you came in and got to play with them in the spring, isn't going to be able to be out there with you? It's almost like an injury or something that happened.
Yeah, it's huge. It definitely sucks for DJ. I'm super upset for DJ. Awesome guy. Love DJ. The room loves DJ. So that's obviously a huge blow to the room. But honestly, it's on to the next guy, and that's kind of how football is. You mentioned it's similar to an injury. If somebody got injured or something happened, you got to move on from it, and the next guy's got to be ready to step up.
Yeah, definitely feel for DJ, especially with some of the inconsistencies we've seen with the rulings. Looking at a better story, was there an MVP for fall camp on either offense or defense? Who do you feel like had a great camp?
I don't know if I could give it to one person. I know I say that a lot, but these guys are really getting after it. The names that you guys probably always hear: Cam Fountain, Anthony Lucas, Braylon Shelby. I mean, all those guys that I go against. I'd have to give it to all of them, man. They're killing it. I mean, Jakeem Stewart really getting after it. All those guys.
He's had a pretty good camp based on what I've heard.
Yeah, Makai's so consistent. Makai's a great player. And we're happy to have him on the team, obviously. He's an amazing player.
So fall camp wrapped up. You guys had mock game week last week. I haven't gone for years because it's not usually like a media event, but I talked to people in the athletic department. They're like, yeah, come out. I went to the Salute to Troy on Friday. Wanted to get your impressions of that. It seemed like it was a fun event, that everyone had a good time. The players, you get to sit with different donors and stuff. And Clark Stroud was up there just emceeing the heck out of that thing. He was hilarious. But yeah, what were your thoughts on Salute to Troy?
It's amazing when we get to go out there and interact with our fans and the people that pour into our program. It's an awesome opportunity to just sit down and eat and get to know those people, and for them to get to know us. It's an awesome event. And yeah, Clark was getting after it on the stage. So
he made so many. So if you're not familiar, like he was there introducing all the assistant coaches and made up bios for all of them, and a lot of pop culture references, stuff I didn't know, like the Haley Beaver skin smoothie from Erewhon or whatever. Like, and I talked to my friend today. She's like, yeah, that's a big thing there. I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even know what that was. Or someone had the biggest like Labubu collection, or I mean, there was some really funny stuff. Like, he did a great job of that. So if you don't get a chance to go check that out. Yeah. But it's fun for you guys and the players as well.
It's awesome.
Yeah, nice to connect with all the fans. Elijah, what's something heading into the season that fans maybe don't know about this team that you want them to know?
Yeah, I would really just say it goes back to how you guys have probably heard this offseason, how close this team is. I think that of my 3 years being here, this is by far the closest team I've been a part of. We love each other, and I think that when you love each other and you guys are really connected, that you're going to go out there and play harder. So I think fans should just be ready to go out and see us give it our all and play hard.
We interact with fans a lot, and you see social media and stuff. I'm not sure how much you guys do, but there's always been questions about, hey, what's going on with the offensive line? But when we talk to Lincoln Riley, he seems to have a lot of confidence in you guys. Is that stuff? Do you hear that kind of noise, or like, hey, or is that like a chip on your shoulder, like no one's expecting us to be good and we're going to show them? Or I don't know if that comes into play when you're getting prepared and everything.
Yeah, I mean, don't really see much of that on the media. I try my best to stay off of that and out of any of that. So, yeah, but anytime somebody doesn't believe in you or anything like that, I think automatically that gives you a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. And I think bigger than anything, the O-line, we're out there to prove ourselves, right? We know that we can do it. The guys in the building know that we can do it. And so we're just going to go out there and show everybody that we can do it.
Pass blocking for a pocket passer and then one that will scramble like Jaden?
Yeah, it's the same, but it's a little different sometimes at the end. Obviously, your job is solely to just protect the quarterback. Sometimes when it's a guy like Jaden that might move around a little bit, you might have to block for a little bit longer rather than someone who's just going to sit in there and throw it right away. Really, it stays the same, though, because even if it was a pocket passer, you should be protecting sort of until the play is over. So, yeah.
We've heard a lot of good things about this running back room. And actually, while we're recording this, Trojans Live is going. But USC released a clip, and Lincoln Riley actually talked about this being the best group of running backs he feels they've had since he's been at USC. What's been your impressions of – you got guys coming back like, Brian Jackson, but also Eli Sanders and Wayman Jordan, who just everyone seems to be gushing over in that running back room.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Those guys are so talented. I mean, like you said, there's so many of them. I think a lot of times a team might have one good running back, but we have way more than that. We have 3 guys that can go out there and play or more. And so I'm so excited to block for those guys and see what they do out there.
Losing some weight, looks a lot quicker. What differences do you see with him on the field based on that change?
Yeah, like you said, he's a little bit quicker, lighter on his feet. Anytime you lose weight and kind of transform your body, that's going to happen. And Alani's been killing it. Super impressed with Lonnie this fall camp, and yeah, can't wait to go out there with him.
Anyone else from your group that maybe fans haven't, not a household name that you're like, watch out for this guy. He can come in and start making some plays, or really have an impact on the 2 deep for the offensive line.
Yeah. I mean, any of those guys. You look at our entire room. There's guys that are starting. There's guys that are in the 2 deep that have just worked their tail off to get where they're at. You think about a guy like Micah Benuelos, who might have had a few setbacks, but he's here and he's ready to play. A guy that you guys have got to see for a game, Tobias Raymond. You guys got to see him in the bowl game, but I think even since the bowl game, he's made a ton of improvements, and he's going to kill it this year.
This is a little bit of a how the sausage is made question, but I know during games when the defense is on the field, you'll meet with Coach Hansen and maybe some of the other offensive coaches on the sideline. As a guy who's experienced, and last year you just played so much, was there ever a time in a game when you've asked the coaches to run the ball or pass the ball based on how the defensive line was playing?
Honestly, no, I haven't. I kind of just sit there and listen to what Coach Hansen, or Coach Henson in that case, had to say. And I know that they're going to make the right choice. Coach Riley's going to put us in the best situation to win. So I just kind of go out there and do my job, which is to block. So
Are there, for those that haven't played the level that you're playing, when a call comes in, maybe it's 3rd and short, and it's like power, whatever it is, and we're like, hey, we're gonna, like, is there a call that kind of gets you excited, like, oh, we're gonna get to push some people around, or I don't know, how does that work? Like, are there certain play calls that would get you a little more amped up than maybe some other ones?
Yeah, I mean, there obviously is a few calls that you as a player, you're excited to run, or you're excited to pull, or you're excited to do whatever it is, a screen where you get to get out in space and block the corners. But I mean, really every play, I'm just excited. I try to stay level-headed the whole game and just treat every play like it has its own life. So just try to go out there and be happy about every play.
Because you guys
you
get to pull a lot, right? Like in this this scheme that you guys can get out there and run a little bit. I know you guys like run blocking, but I guess getting to show how you can move too probably is a nice feature there.
Yeah. Obviously in this offense, you get to pull a lot as a tackle, and get out in space and kind of, it's fun to switch it up a little bit and get out in space and run. So, cool. Yeah.
You already talked about Tobias a little bit, but on his show, it's funny that it's happening simultaneously with this interview. Coach Riley said that Tobias will be one of the starters. What has he done this offseason to put himself in that position, and what have been your impressions of him?
Yeah, Tobias has just grinded ever since he got here. We got here together, obviously, and I've just seen Tobias grow in every way that you can, as a football player, as a leader, in the weight room, just in every way that you can grow. Tobias has grown. So that's him starting is just a testament to his hard work, and what he's put into it.
We have a good amount of fan questions, Elijah. You're a pretty popular guy. We always post who wants to ask the players questions, and we got a ton for you, so we can run through some of those.
I posted it like last night, and I looked at like 3 minutes later, there was like already like 8 replies. I'm like, what? Wow, okay, cool. They want to hear from you.
Yeah, people are excited. The first one's kind of funny. 661 Trojan wants to know which offensive lineman can pound the most calories at the dinner table.
Oh,
I'm gonna give that one to Erwin Taomi. He'll sit down at Korean barbecue and he'll get after it. So.
I love me some Korean barbecue. That's do you like that? You're a fan?
I like it. It's not my favorite, but it's a good spot for all the guys to go. We don't go that often, but for a lot of guys to go and just get your money's worth. So
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, we got only natties at USC. What's it like blocking Cam Fountain and Anthony Lucas, and is one tougher to deal with?
it's actually it's a blessing to block both of them every day. I think they get. I hope I'm getting them ready for the game, and I think that they get me ready for the game. Just two totally different rushers, in my opinion. Obviously, they have very similar traits. I wouldn't say one's harder to block than the other, but they both are they just both give me a great look, and they get me better. So yeah.
I was pretty sure you were going to take the diplomatic route with that one, but thank you for the perspective. Yelso Wu wants to know, what are your favorite movies of all time, and do you have a go-to favorite pregame song?
Oh,
favorite movie. I'm a big fan of Waterboy. That's probably my favorite movie. And then my pregame song is "Freebird" by Leonard Skinner.
oh wow.
Kind of listen to that before every game when we're doing the Trojan walk. That's kind of my song that I listen to every time.
Oh, it's old school. All right. Yeah, there's some slow parts and some fast parts. All right, that's cool. We Cognitive Dissidence wants to know what your major is.
Yep. My major is communication.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice. It's just interesting to hear this perspective. So thank you. Best Lakers fan wants to know, Elijah, what are your goals for the year, both personally and as a team?
Yeah, personally, I just want to be the most consistent guy I can be for this team, for this offense. A guy that Coach Riley can count on, Coach Hansen can count on, and the guys I'm blocking for and the guys that I'm next to can count on. And then for the team, really just take it game by game. Treat every game like it's its own, or treat every game like it's its own season. Go 1-0 every week, and just see where that takes us. So yeah.
All right. We got full on coach speak going. Love it. That's good. That's one game at a time. No, it's perfect. Twinning 1990. So you might have to pick somebody. We'll see if you do. Well, first of all, what's your current weight?
I'm about 320, 325 right now.
Okay. And then how much do you usually lose during fall camp?
Do
you lose weight during camp?
It's weird because a lot of guys do. I didn't really lose any weight this fall camp. Miss Rachel Suba, she does a great job of making sure we're fueled and hydrated and stuff. I'll lose a ton of weight during practice, but they make sure we get it back, whether that be hydration or food or whatever. So.
Okay. And then the question, you got to pick somebody. He's like, who's the strongest offensive lineman?
Strongest offensive lineman. I'd probably say Alani Noah or Tobias Raymond. They're probably very equal, but those are the two.
I'm sure you're up there too, Elijah. So
I try.
I'll throw your name in there.
Yeah,
I know. I thought you might know that. Yes, yes. DFib for Life wants to know, what's your perfect meal? If you could have any meal, what would it be?
My perfect meal. My dad makes a great steak with some mashed potatoes and really any side. Maybe a twice baked potato. So a home cooked meal from my dad. So yeah.
What, you medium rare guy? What is it like?
100%.
Okay.
I'm medium or medium rare depending on how I'm feeling. So yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to have to end this interview if you were like well done or something. Like my dad makes a great steak, and it's like a shoe leather.
Exactly.
My favorite meal is probably Thanksgiving. I just love turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes. That's good. Do you have one, Connor?
I didn't know we were going around here.
Yeah,
I like Thanksgiving too. I don't want to just steal yours. I'm a big sushi guy too.
Okay.
I love rainbow rolls a lot. So Korean barbecue is really good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a good.
It's hard to pick just one. Pizza.
It's hard. Yeah, pizza. Like even one thing. I think I could do breakfast burritos like forever though. Like if
I'm a big breakfast burrito guy.
Like if you could only eat one thing, like I could eat those all the time. Like those are pretty good. Gate call. Oh wait, was it me or you? It doesn't matter. I'll just do it. Who is the fastest offensive lineman, and who can you beat in a race? Gate call wants to know.
I'd say the fastest offensive lineman is 100% Kalen Miller.
Okay.
It's like not even really close, but yeah, that's who I would say.
Cool.
And then the second part of that question, I don't really know, to be honest. I just know that Kalen's the fastest.
Makes sense.
Fight On wants to know, do you have a favorite running play to block for, and could you / did you ever play defensive tackle?
I actually played one snap of defensive tackle in my high school career.
Okay.
So I have played it.
How'd that go?
I actually made a play in the backfield.
Boom.
I was very stoked about that, but never played that after that snap. And what was the question before that?
What's your favorite running play to block for?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I'd say just basic, like outside zone, inside zone. I think it's awesome. And I love really every run play.
Yeah, if you haven't done much defensive tackle, it's probably because you're a good offensive lineman. Usually, like we've seen guys switch, it's like one of those things. But usually, if they're not doing that well, so you must be playing well enough that they're not going to want to switch you to defensive tackle. I guess you could be one of those guys that comes in to block a kick. Have you had to?
Yeah, house block. Yeah,
house block. Okay, yeah, those are good. HB Trojan 88. Which offensive line, which OL have most exceeded your expectations in fall camp? And the same thing, 2 Trojan defensive linemen that would cause you guys the most problems.
Say that last part again, please.
So 2 Trojan defensive linemen, inside or outside, that caused the offensive line the most problems. And then any offensive lineman that exceeded your expectations. Yeah,
I wouldn't say exceeded expectations because I think the sky's the limit. But I think Micah Benuelos is a guy that this fall camp really improved. I think from practice 1 to practice 15, got a ton better. And then the guys inside on the defensive line that impressed me the most. I think Jade had a very good fall camp. Jade was making plays. I'd say Jade and then Jakeem Stewart when he lines up inside. He's a guy that can kind of play everywhere. So his versatility it's something that you can't coach, and super impressed with him too.
The fans will love hearing that.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie and Orange has a funny question, and we got a few more, and then we can wrap it up, Elijah. Yeah. So last year, our colleague Chris tweeted out a video of you walking out, and you must have been, not that you're not a huge guy, but you were with someone kind of small, and it just made you look huge. And then Pat McAfee tweeted it, and it just became this viral meme sensation. Did you see that, and what was your reaction to that?
I did see it. It's funny because I was walking out with Ben Hines, who's not here anymore, but I was actually like talking about it, and we were joking about it, and then he was saying, "Oh, look at how small I am," and everyone's gonna say how big you are, and he was joking when he said that. And then we got out of practice, and he showed it to me on his phone, and he was like, "There's however many retweets," and he was like, "Pat McAfee retweeted it," and I was like, "Oh wow, that's kind of insane." And then I saw it for myself later in that day, and it was kind of crazy. So.
Cool. Yeah, that was a good one. Chris is good at like kind of capturing those moments. I think the biggest one he had, Caleb Williams. It was his first practice. He came out of the tunnel and went to the wrong gate.
Yeah. I remember seeing that when I was getting recruited.
Yeah, Chris was filming it. I think it's our biggest TikTok. Like it had like over 2 million views or something. Just people like picked it up because it was just like I guess that's where you guys would run for the summer workouts or whatever, and then he just assumed to run the same place and was like, "Oops, I got to go over here." So that was a good one. Yeah, Chris is good at those. Do you have any more, Connor? Harley 1984. Have you done like a max bench press? Like how many reps of 225? Have you done those like what they do for the combine?
Yeah, I'll be honest. We haven't done that for a long time. I think the last time we did it was maybe like my true freshman year that summer.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't know, maybe more recent, but not that recent. So I don't have a great answer for that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Cool.
Hey, no need to apologize. This is awesome. The last one, NW Fan 76. How did getting sent to the scout team in your freshman year change your path?
Yeah, it was a ton. It changed it a ton. I think in the moment, it wasn't something that I was very happy about. But in the long run, it was a huge blessing. I truly thank God that happened to me. It truly happened for a reason. I went down there and and got better. Played against guys like Solomon Bird for 50 snaps of practice, and just got better. You have two choices when you go down there. You can either kind of shy away from it, or you can kind of run to it. And I chose to get better every day, and I truly think it made me a better player in the long run. So super grateful for that moment.
All right. Well, we really appreciate the time again, Elijah. Just let people know. Put the QR code up on the screen if you want to donate to House of Victory. You can scan that. I was told by the people of House of Victory they're going to have 4 big tailgates this year for all the 4 Big Ten home games, and tickets for those games will go on sale this week. So go check that out at houseofvictory.com. I know you guys don't get to do the tailgates. We've been to them. They're really cool tailgates. The Rex, they cater them, so that's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to save you some food because they're really good.
Oh yeah.
But let me give you the applause. We appreciate that. I want to cut it out. If you want to give like the fight on, and we'll perfect.
Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, really. Thank you again for coming on. Everyone, go check them out. Number 74, Elijah Paige 74 on here, Twitter. But that's it. But you're not 74. But you're
72.
72.
On Twitter.
Yeah, but what? Yeah. So the 74, was that from high school?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah.
my freshman year.
Nice. But you check up 72 on the field in Cardinal and Gold, and Elijah Paige 74 on what the kids call X, but I still call Twitter. But anyway, but Elijah Paige, thanks so much for tuning in, coming with us, and everyone else, thanks for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will talk to you all next time.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.